everybody. So we're so excited today. We are the Hallmarkies podcast, and we are here to talk about the newest season. There's a whole new season. It's so exciting for Hallmark. It's the countdown to summer for May, and we're going to be talking all about it and what we think. This is just our preview show. We have no idea. None of us have seen the films, so it's all just fun. And I'm Rachel, and I am here with my friends. Amy and Craig is here.
Hello.
Yay. And Lisa is here.
Hi, guys.
Yay. Thanks so much for joining me. And before we get started, I just wanted to give a little shameless plug for our new Patreon account that we just started. It's very exciting. Combining our teams with my work at Rachel's Reviews, with Hallmarkies podcast, and with Amy's channel. It's so exciting. Yay! And so it's going to be a chance to see early content. We're going to have different kinds of rewards, including our Facebook group that is going to be exclusive just to patrons, and we are going to have so much fun with there. We're really excited about it. So if you are a fan of the podcast, nothing is going to change as far as your ability to enjoy the podcast, like always. But if you want some perks and you feel like you can support us, we sure would appreciate it. So take a look. We'll put a link in the description section to the Patreon, and we have so appreciated the people who have already sponsored. So thank you very much.
Yes.
Yes. So let's dive in. First of all, Lisa, how do you feel about this whole idea of Countdown to Summer as a concept for season?
It took me a minute to realize that it wasn't a replacement for Summer Nights, I guess is what they're calling it now. Because I was thought, oh, they changed the name, and then I realized, oh no, this is a new edition because they're doing a new Saturday movie every Saturday this year.
Right.
Yeah, when I was a teacher, I'd be super into this because, like, when I was working in public education, I would have been super into this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, I'm into it now because it's new movies, but I'm just saying, like, the idea of it, yes, because towards this time of year, it's just like close enough to be the end of the year, but not quite, and it's almost a little torturous.
Yeah, because they've always had kind of random movies in May. Like in 2017, they had All for Love, and then which was the military kind of movie, so good. And then they also had, I think they also had Campfire Kiss, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that was in May, which was also super cute. And then last year, I think we only got one in May. I think it was The Royally Ever After. I think so.
Sure that was that little mid movie that wasn't attached to anything.
Yeah. So and that one was pretty good. I liked it. And so it was a pretty interesting time, but I feel like it's a bit of a missed opportunity based on at least these synopsises that we've gotten, because I think that the only people who are counting down to summer are teachers. Teachers are counting down to summer. So I would have made a movie like the Eric Mabius one, where he's the teacher, the substitute teacher, and he falls in love with the other teacher, or the one where the promposal one with Andrew Walker. That would have been a good one. That kind of a story involving students in school. That just makes sense.
I think it would have been cute if they would have done a high school teacher taking students like right after school to like a school summer trip type of deal. That would have been so fun. And then meets another teacher from a different school. They're both on the same trip. There you go. Hallmark, take my idea.
Yeah, it could be like that the Hallmark Hall of Fame about the space camp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'd be perfect. Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel like it really kind of makes, I feel like these are just kind of summer nights movies, but we're getting them in this countdown to summer. So
yes, everyone still kind of has light jackets on. Yeah. Nobody's really in like sundresses and stuff yet. So
right.
Well, I mean, it depends what part of the country you live in.
True.
I've been wearing shorts for like 2 months now.
Oh, I'm so jealous. Look, I'm in a sweater because it dropped down to like 40 today, and there was snow in northern Connecticut. Oh.
I don't know. I tend to not go outside as much as I should, so the weather fluctuations don't affect me the way that they probably should. But I don't know. These just seem completely random and like mildly related to summer, particularly A Feeling of Home. It has nothing to do with summer, I don't think at all.
Mm-mm.
So I don't know. It's just they had to give it a name. That's the one they came up with, I guess. They couldn't just call it like May movies. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I still think they should have done the whole baby thing, post spring babies, then weddings, then summer. Hello. No one listens to me. Anyway.
I'm surprised they don't just have a like what would they call it? Like they could call it like a Paws and Purrs month or something, and have them all be dogs and cat stories.
I'm saying I put on Twitter that they need to have all these Hallmark men put on their sweaters and hold dogs and make it a calendar.
Yeah, and then give it to
the
charity.
proceeds go to animal shelters.
Yeah, that I would snap that up in a heartbeat.
Paws and Purrs months. They should do it next year instead of Countdown to Summer. We all agree. It should be Paws and Purrs months. Okay. Well, so what we're going to do is we are going to talk about the 4 movies from Countdown to Summer, give our thoughts, what we think, and then we will also talk about the Haley Dean's 3 movies as much as we know and talk about that. And if we have time, we will talk about some feature film trailers that we thought might be interesting to our audience. So first we have on the 4th of May, we have Paris, Wine, and Romance. And this stars Jen Lilly, who of course we love, who's been in Dash of Love, Bingo All the Way, Yes I Do, so many fun stuff. And we have interviewed her twice, and she's the best. And it has Dan Giannette from The Good Witch, and I am so excited to have him in a regular Hallmark movie. This is so cool. And he's got his French accent going strong, which I am so excited about. And this is directed by Alex Zam, who was previously seen directing A Christmas Prince on Netflix. And he's also done Christmas in Evergreen, Crown for Christmas for Hallmark, amongst others. And those are both 2 pretty good ones. So this is his first, I think it's his first for Hallmark non-Christmas. But this movie was filmed in Paris and Bulgaria, I guess.
What?
And yes, in Bulgaria. And the story is Isabella travels to Paris to compete in a major wine competition. While there, she meets Jacques, a competitor who shows her the city of love and teaches her about how wine is more than just a business. Now, technically, I think that Paris is the city of lights, not the city of love, but I'll let it go. I think that that this plot could be fun. I don't think we know who the writer is, but I feel like they could have pretty fun chemistry. My worry about this movie is that it will get too lost in the wine, and it will get really boring about which wine is best, and is a Merlot the best, or back and forth. But I did like the snail, the escargot scene they showed in the preview. I thought looked pretty funny and pretty fun. And it will be kind of hilarious to see how they cover up her baby bump with those like flowing like jackets or whatever they call sweaters. That was kind of funny. But overall, I thought this looked fun enough. I don't know. What do you think, Amy, about this one?
I'm so excited for this one. I think it's really cute. I'm worried about the French accent that Dan Giannette is giving. He is from Quebec, so I guess he's around it, like was around it growing up and stuff, because they speak French in Quebec, but still I'm worried that it's gonna like break at some point. It's gonna sound weird. So I'm hoping for the best, but other than that, I'm really, really excited for this one. I'm so excited.
Yeah, the other thing that kind of made me nervous is that scene they showed on the bridge. The sound quality, it was really actually hard to hear what they were saying because of all the noise, the ambient noise from the cars and the other stuff going on. And I'm like, I hope they work on that. I hope you can actually hear what they're saying. But I don't know, Lisa, what did you think of the movie?
I am excited I wrote down 3 reasons why I'm excited for this. One, it's Paris. Hello.
Right. You were just there.
Yeah, I was just there in December, so it's exciting. And of course, I miss it already. And I keep looking at tickets, and I keep texting my sister. I'm like, look at these, they're on sale. So it'll be fun to like see all the places. And I already, even in this small little snippets we saw, I already saw places I recognize that I remember seeing. So I'm like, yes. 2, it's Jen Lilly. I mean,
yeah,
can't go wrong there. She's amazing. And 3, I am a sucker for an embarrassing meet cute, and her whole deal where she's like, oh, that wine is okay, I guess. And then she finds out it's their wine, and she's like,
oops.
I love a good embarrassing meet cute. So yes, I'm in for this one.
Yeah. So what, do you have anything that you're concerned about with it? Or are you just mostly excited?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Rachel, that I don't want it to get like too wine technical and get caught up in like the wine competition where it's a lot of planning, a lot of, oh my gosh, it's not ready, or I have to do this, or I have to do that. Sometimes, it gets too caught up in that, and there's really not a lot of true relationship progression.
Yeah.
But I have high hopes for this one. I like her, and Amy, I'm with you also. Although I did look it up. Once I saw he was doing a French accent, I did look it up because I was like, okay, I know he's Canadian, but what side of Canada? And when I saw that, I also saw that he's a voice coach.
So
maybe
I thought that his accent sounded pretty good to me.
I did. I liked it. Yeah.
I'm just worried it's going to crack in one scene and it's going to ruin it.
It's going to be like...
But I'm really hoping that the wine is made before she goes to Paris. So like it's already made. Like we have it, so we don't have to go through the, oh no, like I need this to add or whatever. I don't know how wine is made.
So far, the Hallmark wine movies is a rough watch. It's a rough, so we need some redemption for that genre. It's the first Vineyard movie. I don't think there's been one that I've liked. So, we'll see. But yeah, this looks pretty fun. We are doing our ranking system for these movies. We always have kind of a silly ranking system, but we are using drinks for our ranking. So our lowest is some flat soda pop that's been left out maybe a couple days. And then our next level is water, just plain water. And then we have iced tea as our next level. And our best of the best is fresh squeezed lemonade. So, Lisa, what ranking would you give this Paris Wine and Romance?
Okay, I'm going to go halfway between iced tea and lemonade, and I'm going to go with sweet tea.
Oh, very good. Okay, good. Like lemony tea.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Sweet tea.
Yeah, very good. Amy, what about you?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go in between also, like a nice Arnold Palmer in between right there.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I guess we should have created 5 lists, I guess, because I think I will do the same. I think I'll do the same. I'm really hopeful about it, and I'm really excited that we have Dan Jeanette as a lead because I really did enjoy him in the Good Witch. So that's fun that they're putting our Good Witch actresses and actors to use. That makes me happy.
And he does a great job too. He's on the bold type also on Freeform.
Okay. So then next on the 11th, we have A Feeling of Home. And this stars Jonna Walsh, this is her Hallmark debut. And she was in the show Baby Daddy, I guess. And then Nathan Parsons, also his debut. He was on Once Upon a Time. And he was on the show Bunheads, which I loved, if any watched that. It has Mary Margaret Humes, and very excited to have Robbie Benson in a Hallmark movie. Yay! If you didn't know, Robbie Benson is the voice of the Beast in Beauty and the Beast, and he's the best. So that's very exciting. And this is directed by Richard Gabai, who did A Gingerbread Romance recently. And it has a team of writers, Greg Rawson and Brian Sawyer, who did the recent Crosswords Mystery, Gingerbread Romance, Twist of Christmas, Christmas at Graceland, and then Dwayne Poole, who did Royally Ever After, The Christmas List, Moonlight and Mistletoe, and more. And this was all filmed in Vancouver, made to look like Texas. Vancouver is Texas. And it's web entrepreneur Abby hides her Texas roots to convince a backer she's from New England, a task complicated by a trip home and an unexpected reunion with Ryan, her high school sweetheart. Lisa, what are your thoughts on this feeling of home movie?
Okay, I have some native Texan thoughts, and I'm excited because it's Texas, even though it's Canadian Texas. I'm still here for it because, yes. Although I will say I'm excited for the lead guy. I've never seen any of these shows that these two leads I've never seen those shows, but his voice is like velvet, and he's in those cowboy boots, and yes, I'm here for it. I'm not a huge fan of the lying storylines where they're trying to get away with something. It just makes me so tense and so anxious the whole time, because you just know it's going to be revealed, and the whole time that's all I can think about is just like, this person is lying to get ahead or to get a job and those make me really tense. So I'm hoping it's maybe they'll reveal it early on, and so I don't have to worry about it, but I don't know.
Yeah, so this is almost the same plot as Home by Spring, which if you remember, that took me to a dark place. I hated that movie. It was not for me. It's almost the exact same plot. But yeah, I agree with you. I hope that they will let that go fairly quickly, because it just defies all logic of why you would lie and expect everybody else in your whole hometown to also lie. And I mean, especially in Home by Spring, when literally the first words out of the guy's mouth that she's working for is, "I hate liars." Wow. It's the first thing he says. Why on earth would you lie? It's bonkers. Yeah. But anyway, the plot is not my favorite, but man, he's dreamy. This Nathan Parsons. Yeah. He was very dreamy in those preview clips. Oh, yeah. I was a big fan. Do you agree, Amy?
Yes. Well, like, I don't know if you guys know this, but they did a reboot this season on the CW of Roswell, New Mexico. And he is Max Evans on Roswell. And this week was the season finale, and oh my god, I was like, the season finale, I'm like, I can't wait till next season, if they get a next season of that show, to see Nathan Parsons again. I'm like, he is gorgeous. Also, the episode was controversial, but I'm not gonna like spoil it because it's like a big reveal in this episode. But anyways, I was like, he's in a Hallmark movie. Yes. And I loved him on Once Upon a Time, and I've always thought he was gorgeous. And so I'm probably a little jaded about this movie by that.
What I hope is this will be more Sweet Home Alabama than Home by Spring. Let's hope.
Yeah. I think it's going to be more like, because like the way the synopsis is, the way I understand it, is like she's trying to convince somebody that she's from New England, and then all of a sudden she has to go home. And so she's like, how am I going to convince this person when like I'm in Texas with my family, you know, etc. type of thing. I don't think that she's actually going to be like pretending while she's at home, unless she's like on the phone. I don't think that person's going to show up in Texas that she's trying to convince.
I hope so, because that would be more Sweet Home Alabama-ish. Like she's got to go back home, and then she runs into the high school. You know, all that would be, I'd be fine with that. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I love a man in a cowboy hat. I'm a big fan.
And they put him in a real cowboy hat, because sometimes in these movies they'll think it's a cowboy hat and it's not really, but his was good. Although I was a little concerned that it was a felt hat and it's almost summer, and I'm like, maybe you should be in a straw hat. But again,
it's the countdown to summer.
That's my Texas in me. And also, one random note is in this little preview clip, she's on that tractor in a long coat, and the whole time I was like, honey, please don't wear that long coat on that tractor because it's just flapping down there, and I'm just like, please. That's why everybody tucks in and has those belt buckles.
I think we definitely have learned from this preview show that Lisa needs to live tweet. Okay. We all agree? Okay, good.
I do have to say, if you guys enjoy this movie, you like Nathan Parsons as like a cowboy. He plays a police officer / kind of cowboy guy in New Mexico, in Roswell. So like, if you want more of that after this movie, go watch that show on the CW app.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm very excited for Robbie Benson. This is going to be it's going to be fun to see. Hopefully he doesn't have a scene where he gets mad, because then it's just like, oh, the Beast is back. Like, what's going on? The Beast is in the Hallmark movie. I mean, the poor guy, he can't escape it. But
I don't actually know who that is.
Robbie Benson, he's the voice of the Beast in Beauty and the Beast.
The original, like.
So if he gets mad, the original animated, not the one with I pretend doesn't exist. But but no, like if he's like, go ahead and starve.
Yes.
That movie came out like 6 years before I was born, so I would never have known that was the voice of the Beast.
But as a Disney fan, you should know, I do not take that excuse. Amy, you should know the voice actors of Beauty and the Beast. All right. What ranking do you give this? What drink do you give it, Lisa?
I'm going with iced tea with sugar.
Kind of watered down, iced tea.
Because I live in the North now, and so when you ask for sweet tea, they bring you regular tea with sugar packets, and it makes my soul cave in just a little bit. So I'm giving this iced tea with sweetened little packets.
Oh, artificial even.
Yeah.
Sugar.
We'll see.
All right, Amy, what about you?
I'm going to give it like a Minute Maid lemonade, not like an ice cold fresh lemonade. Like a little bit more than iced tea, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to give it like, we're getting so creative in this one. It's great. I'm going to give it a water with like a thing of lemon in it.
Oh. My heart.
That's good. I'm going to use that later on one of these.
Okay. But I did like that we forgot the cow scene. I never thought I'd think a cow was so cute, but that was pretty cute.
But it ran out of milk, and the poor thing was just sucking on that bottle. Like, that nipple was just, like, pinched closed because they ran out. And I was like, get that cow some more milk.
It was a pretty cute cow, though.
It was cute.
It's fun. They're trying out some new people. I always like that. It's fun to see. And I do feel a little bit that way with a bunch of these, that they're testing out some new talent, which is fun. Mm-hmm. So then we have on the 18th, we have Sailing into Love. And this stars Chris McNally, who was in Sweetest Heart, When Calls the Heart, Winter Princess. He's a lot of fun. And then Leah Renee, who was in Love by the Book. And Fiona Vroom, Jillian Walshak, Tegan Vince, Eric Gustafsson. So it's got a pretty decent cast. This is directed by Lee Friedlander, who we have interviewed. And she, of course, did Switched for Christmas, Love, of Course, Royally Ever After. And I asked her who the writer was, but I guess there was a group. And so, but she said, you guys are going to love this one. That's what she said to me on Twitter. So she's excited about it. The little explanations: biology teacher Claire is a bridesmaid and conducts a class on Blue Island. Claire takes action when she learns her former boyfriend works for the developer building a resort on Blue Island. So Amy, what are your first thoughts about this one?
I don't want to find this dumb bird. I don't care. Like, honestly, I saw the preview and I was like, wow, Chris McNally is cute. Yeah, this girl looks like a good actress. But literally their meet cute, I'm pretty sure, is him dumping sardines on her. Like, I don't care about the bird. I'm not a big fan of sailing. I'm like, I don't care. Please, no. I'm glad there's a good director, so at least it'll be watchable. But, like, the storyline, I just know.
Yeah, Lisa.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love the environment, save the whales, but like, I don't care about this bird and this develop on the island and sardines, really? Like, anyways, that's my opinion.
Yes. Lisa, what are your thoughts?
Okay. So this is what I wrote. Okay. I'm not super excited for this storyline, but I'm hoping they'll bring some fresh ideas to the developer wants to develop and do their job. Some piece of land. I'm hoping there'll be some fresh twist to it. But I did write down during the preview that I am excited to see Chris McNally on a boat in his summer sweater with his unicorn hair flowing in the breeze, because they kept showing it. And I was like, his hair is just, I don't know what he does, but he must use like conditioning, like leave-in conditioners or something. I don't know. But every time I see him on TV, I'm just like, your hair is amazing. And now they have him out in the outside with it flowing. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit confused about why she's a bridesmaid, but she's also teaching this class. She doesn't live there, right?
So I don't know. She just so happens to get a job at the same place she's being a bridesmaid.
It's confusing.
Maybe she's on summer break.
Yeah, I hope that we can get Lee in here and do an interview or something. We can maybe pump up this movie a little bit more, because she did seem very excited, and she usually has really good projects. And the plot is not my favorite. I do not care if they build this hotel. Build the hotel. It'll be fine.
It'll be good for them anyways. Wouldn't it give money to the town,
Yeah, and jobs. But, it's just it feels so tired. But with the right chemistry and the right things, then tired plots can be fun and they can work. We saw that at Christmas with Majestic Christmas. When I first heard the plot of that, I was like, oh, save the theater. This is going to be so boring. And it worked, and I loved it, and it was amazing. So I love Chris McNally. I think Leah Renee, I think that her movie is fun, that Love by the Book. I
love that one. I thought it was super cute.
Is really good. And so I'm going to give this one, I'm going to give it a water. Just off of Lee and the cast. But Amy, what about you?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the water too. It would, I gotta say, it would be interesting if they stopped this hotel from being built because of environmental reasons and not because it's a historical site. Anyways.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like you can usually build the hotel, but do it in do it in responsible ways or something like that. Like, at least the one good thing about The Story of Us is at least they kind of came to a weird sort of compromise of we're going to build the building on top of another building so you don't have to destroy your building. Like, okay, that was sort of weird.
Yeah. But, with no benefit to the other tenants, but don't get me started.
Yeah, it was weird. But at least, Lisa, what about you? What do you think?
Water,
yeah.
But it'll be nice bottled water.
Okay, good. It'll be like the Fiji water.
Mine's like California tap water.
Not water from the great. Like when I grew up and they were like, drink from the hose. Yeah.
Oh, drink from the hose.
It'll be nice, cold, chilled water.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right. And then the last one we have for Countdown to Summer is Love in the Sun. This is on the 25th. It stars Emerade Tobla. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong.
Emerade
Tobia, okay. And she's pretty new to acting. Like, she didn't have that. I looked up her IMDb. She only had a handful of credits, so that's kind of fun. And then Tom Madden, he was on the Scream TV show, and he, I think, played the little boy in Nanny Express, which is one of my favorites. So go figure. That's the only thing for Hallmark, which is kind of fun. This is directed by Rich Newey, who has done a bunch of Good Witch episodes, and it's written by Joie Botkin. So, yeah. And I guess Sean Christian also was writing it, but Joie is amazing. So that's a huge plus in this movie thing. And it was all filmed in St. Petersburg. So the same, I don't know if it was the same time as True Love Blooms, which was also filmed in St. Petersburg, this last Spring Fever movie. But it's kind of fun that they're branching out and filming in Florida now. So yay. And the plot of this is a dating app creator finds her views on love challenged when she returns home to Florida and reconnects with her high school sweetheart. So I thought that there were things I liked about the preview of this. I liked the banter. I think you could tell that it was a good writer. I could see draw in there writing, and I thought they were very beautiful. I thought they were very beautiful. Both of them were very attractive, and I liked the diversity. And I didn't think that he was selling the lines very well. He wasn't my favorite actor just by the clip. He could be amazing in the movie, but just by the clip, it made me a little concerned about their chemistry, even though they're both very attractive. But I hope that it'll be fun, and we'll see. At least it looks like something a little bit different as far as the setting and everything. But Amy, what did you think of this one?
I'm excited that we're getting new talent. Like, honestly, I'm excited to see both of these people and see if they're going to be future Hall stars. I'm not a huge fan of the dating app thing anymore. Like, I don't know why. I just don't enjoy that as much anymore. And I'm kind of just 50-50 on this, like, storyline. Like, I feel like it could go either way real quickly. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Lisa, what are you thinking?
Okay, I am actually kind of excited about this one because I love her. I didn't watch the entire Shadowhunters series, but I watched like the first 2 seasons. I read all the books, and and the first movie was yikes. But I did watch the series, and I love her in it. And she's from Texas, like South Texas. Like, I have family down from where she's from, and I'm just like super excited to see her.
She's stunning.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's incredibly beautiful, and she's from Brownsville, Texas. Hey. And so I'm like really legit excited to see another Hispanic actress joining Hallmark and being in a lead role. I'm not familiar with him. I thought some of the stuff was funny. I liked when he said there were seasons. He's like, we got seasons: pollen, hurricane, football.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny. I did think that it reminded me a little about Destination Wedding, that one with
Alexa.
Yes,
Penavega.
Alexa Penavega and what's his name? Either way,
Jeremy Gilbon.
Yes, in the fact that they're on the beach and they rekindle, and so I'm kind of interested to see how this goes. I think that they gave enough hints about their backstory to make me wonder, like, what happened, why they broke up. He says at one point he moved to Chicago to be with her, but now he's back in Florida. Like, it was enough to get me interested to figure out why they didn't work out and what's going to bring them back together again.
Yeah. So I will give this one an iced tea. I'm hopeful it'll be good. What do you think, Lisa? I'm
going to do the same. I'm hopeful.
Good. Great. Okay. And Amy, what about you?
Yeah, I'm also going to give it a nice tea. I'm iffy. I don't know.
Very good. No, that's good. All right. So for the Haley Dean mysteries, these are the 7th, 8th, and 9th of the Haley Dean films. What I thought I'd do the same thing that I did for Morning Show Murders in our previous show for that season, that I would read each of these synopsis, and you could tell, we could each pick which one we're the most interested in. And last time there was this whole emphasis on her finding the killer of her fiance. And so it was more of a serious kind of arc, I guess, for her character. But this one seems very focused. These 3 seem very focused on Viv Leacock's character. And most of the plots have something to do with him as the detective that she is working with. So First one is Haley Dean, Death on Duty is the name. And it's Haley aids Garland, that's the Viv Leacock character, in investigating the murder of his former Marine friend. With a growing list of suspects who each seem to have strong motives, Haley uses her investigative skills as well as her uncanny ability to read people to read and follow the clues that will lead them to the killer. And when the body of female Marine shows up in the same park where Fincher's body was found, the case takes a whole new turn as Haley uncovers a conspiracy that puts her own life in danger as she pursues justice for the victims. So that's plot number one. Second one is Haley Dean, A Prescription for Murder. So that's a pretty good name. And it's Haley aids Garland in investigating a rapidly growing string of murders at Atlanta Memorial Hospital when Fincher's girlfriend, Dr. Megan Phillips, is named a suspect in the first killing. As the list of suspects grows with each new victim's death, Haley's keen investigative skills, her uncanny ability to read people, and her passion for justice lead her through a labyrinth of clues and eventually point to the killer. But when she gets too close to the truth, Haley becomes the killer's next target for murder. That's very exciting. And the last one we know the least about, but it's Haley Dean, Killer Sentence, which is a pretty good name, I think. It's Haley knows District Attorney Paulina D'Orazio, who's played by Lauren Hawley, is innocent of the murder of a man she once put behind bars and must do all she can to prove it in the face of mounting evidence. So we've got the first one is the Marine, the ex-Marine, that friend of Garland's, and that will lead to then there's the female Marine who turns up dead. So there's sort of a Marine thing going. The second one is all about murders at the hospital involving Garland's girlfriend. And then the third is trying to prove that the district attorney didn't take the life of this person that she put behind bars. So 3, Lisa, I know that's a handful to take in, but what is the one that interests you the most of those 3?
The second one, A Prescription for Murder.
Yeah. And why does that sound?
You know what? I'm sorry. I read the wrong one. I'm sorry. Not prescription. I'm sorry. The first one. The one. As soon as I said prescription, I was like, wait a minute, that's the hospital one. That's not the one I meant. Sorry. The first one, because I know that the first 2 show a lot of Fincher being almost like a lead with Haley, which I'm super excited about. Because as these movies have grown, their friendship has grown, and I enjoy them together. I love their scenes together. They're some of my favorite. So I'm excited to see more of him in the spotlight. And so I think the first one with his buddy, I think he's going to have, it's going to be a great opportunity for him to like grow and show more range, because it's going to be him personally affected, so I'm excited to see that one. So I'm sorry, I misspoke. It's the first one that I'm excited about.
Yeah, I can see that, definitely. Amy, what about you? Which one to you sounds the most interesting?
I think I'm most excited for the last one because, I think we'll get some good courtroom scenes in that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if she actually did do it, I think it would be so great to see like a Lauren Hawley deliciously evil, kind of like what we got in the in that Christmas Catch one. Yeah. Amy, remember? Yeah. Where she turns out to be the duplicitous secret agent. Sorry, spoiler alert for Christmas Catch. So I think that they all sound pretty decent actually to me, and I wasn't a big fan of the last set. It was a little, I don't know, just wasn't my favorite with the way they resolved everything. But I'm going to go with the first one as well. I think that'll want to have some nice heart and in seeing these friends of his. I mean, the stuff at the hospital does sound kind of fun, but in a mystery kind of way. But yeah, we'll see. So it'll be interesting to see how it turns out with Haley Dean. So
I was very surprised that they were making more. I thought the last one from last year was like a good end to the series.
Yeah,
I
could
thought it
have
was
seen
an
that.
ending. So I was surprised when they announced more.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that ending. I was kind of like, oh, of course it's the Rob Lowe character, annoying. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. I can see that, but I guess they just needed something for the month of May.
Yeah.
So there you go, Haley Dean. Um, okay, so we have 4 feature films. We just give our quick thoughts on. We watched the trailers that I thought that seemed like something our audience would be interested in, and just for fun. The first one is called The Hustle. This is a remake of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, and it stars Rebel Wilson and Anne Hathaway as kind of slightly bumbling con artists. And what did you think of this trailer, Lisa?
It's just not my kind of shtick. So, I mean, I like everybody in it. It's just these aren't typically my kind of comedy movies that I enjoy. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of like, eh.
Yeah. Do you like have you ever seen the original Dirty Rotten
Yes,
Scoundrels?
but I mean, oh gosh, that was a long time ago, and I remember very few scenes of it, mostly inappropriate ones.
Okay. Okay. Amy, what did you think of it? Did you think it looked funny?
Yeah, I think it looks funny. I'm excited to see it. I love Rebel Wilson a lot. I'm not a huge fan of Anne Hathaway's accent in it, but
oh yeah.
Other than that, I think it's going to be cute. I don't know. I've never seen the original. I've never even heard of it. So, I don't know.
It's pretty funny, but I do think it is R-rated. I'm not sure. But anyway, this, I think, has huge potential. It could totally fall flat, as all comedies have that potential. But I'm hoping that they'll have kind of a good chemistry between the two of them, and that it'll be, a lot of fun. And so I am cautiously optimistic, let's say, on this one, that it will be funny. So I guess I'd give it on our scale. I'd give it probably a tea, a nice tea. Is what I'd give it, so. Yeah. Lisa says no. That's fine. So then next we have Palms, which is, I really love it because more and more senior citizens are going to the movies because there's senior citizen rates. And it's something to do. And like, there are always senior citizens in almost every screening that I go to. And so there's, what Hollywood has done is every year there's 4 or 5, whether it's dramas or comedies, that are designed for senior citizens and to entertain them. So I think that's great. This is our latest version of Old People Can Do Stuff movie. And it's Old People Can Be Cheerleaders movie. And Diane Keaton plays a woman, moves into this assisted living type place, and her and a bunch of other ladies decide to start a cheerleading club because they didn't get to do it in high school. And I think it looks pretty funny. I think it looks charming. Rhea Perlman is in it, who I like. Jackie Weaver's in it, who I like. And so I think it looks like it could be pretty funny. But what did you think, Amy, as a youngin'?
I think it's going to be cute. I'll probably watch it with my parents. I showed the trailer to my grandmother, actually, and she's like, no, I don't like it. Why would I be a cheerleader? And I'm like, okay, Grandma. All right.
That's funny.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'll probably watch it. My parents will probably rent it, and I'll watch it with them, but I'm not like, yeah, I'm going to go to the movies and go see it.
Yeah. Lisa, what did you think of the trailer?
Oh, I'm super in. I am so into these ensemble comedies with women over 40.
Yeah.
Like 40, 50, 60, especially if they're English and they're all getting together to do. Yes, I'm so in. And I love it because I will go early in the morning and I will do that and then come home and take a nap and basically just be one of them. Yes.
So they're inspirational. They're aspirational.
Yes, this demographic is super in my wheelhouse because I can't wait. I'm like, once I get there, these are my dreams.
Yeah. I'm probably giving it an iced tea. I think it looks fun. I'm looking forward to it. I liked book club last year. I know a lot of people didn't, but I thought it was fun
too. But again, I love all of those.
Yeah.
My mom loved that movie.
Oh yes.
Oh, they make me laugh. Yes.
It was funny. All right. Next, we have The Sun is Also the Star. And this is a romantic drama, I guess you'd say, where two people meet cute in New York City. One is the daughter of some refugees who are being deported, evidently. The other, I'm not sure I can't remember what his living situation is, but anyway, they make kind of a pact that they won't fall in love with each other, but they're going to spend the day together. And of course, they do fall in love with each other. And I guess the thing that makes me interested in this, I guess it is based off of a book, but the thing that makes me interested about this movie is I do like that they are unknowns, at least to me. I've never seen them before, and they're diverse. You have an Asian American actor, an African American actor, and it seems like they have pretty good chemistry. And so I'm hopeful that it'll be kind of a sweet little surprise, but it could also be super not great. So I don't know. What did you think, Lisa, of this trailer?
Okay, this is something that I know, like every once in a while, you just know you want to cry. You're just like, I want to watch something and cry. And so there's these crying movies, and I'm in for this because for the crying. I know I'm going to cry. I know I'm going to be upset by it, and I'm going to love it, and I'm going to obsess about it. And the lead dude, I feel slightly creepy because I think he's very attractive, and I feel like I could probably be his mom, like age-wise, but...
He's 28.
Oh, then never mind. Let's that little half and then add 7. Done.
What did you think of this, Amy?
I'm really excited for this. I'm probably gonna cry. It's like one of those like 5 feet apart type, movies. It's gonna just make me cry my eyes out. And I think it's gonna be cute. I'm so excited. I'm gonna read the book before I see it. And the main guy, I have seen him before. He did like a lot of short film type stuff that I've seen on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
So I'm excited to see him in like a feature-length film. I've never seen the girl before. She's pretty young. I think she's like 18. So I'm really excited to see this. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a water with some lemon in. I'm hopeful that it'll be good, but I think it has potential to not be good. But let's hope it'll be good. Okay. Then lastly, we have Aladdin. This is our next up. We just had Dumbo and our live action Disney remakes. And anybody who follows me on my other channel knows that I'm not a big fan of these remakes in general. There's been a few that I've liked. I liked Cinderella. I liked The Jungle Book well enough. And I loved Pete's Dragon. That to me is the best by far of all of them. And Aladdin, I am attached to the original, but not quite as much as Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid, personally. But I'm not excited about this. It looks really boring. It looks like they're doing the same thing. There's a shot for shot remake, basically. It doesn't look like they're trying anything new. I think at least the music sounds good, unlike in Beauty and the Beast. And so that's good, at least. Will Smith is just, it's hard because you're just going to compare him to Robin Williams. And that trailer did look terrible with him, with the genie. It looked really bad. I don't know. It just doesn't excite me. It just looks pretty bland to me for Aladdin. What do you think, Lisa, about this?
I'm not a fan of the live action remakes. I'll watch it because of my kids. I'm sure they'll want to see it. But out of all the Disney movies I've pulled out to show them, they didn't respond as well to Aladdin as I remember I did as a kid. So I don't know if I'll be like super excited for this one.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amy, what about you?
I'm super excited for this. And I know a lot of people I'm not sure about the Will Smith thing. But the thing is, growing up, yeah, I saw the like animated version, but my biggest memory of Aladdin is the stage show from Disneyland that was there for about 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's my experience with Aladdin. That's what I loved about Aladdin, was the live action stage show at Disneyland. And so I'm really excited for this because I missed that show so much. And I can't wait to see this movie. And I'm hoping it'll be better than some of the other live actions they've done. I mean, the only one I really liked was Beauty and the Beast. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a rough road, those live action remakes. But yeah, I think it has that potential to tap into the Broadway musical, to tap into some of the other stuff. It looks like the music is decent. And so I was very irritated by the person playing Jasmine saying they were going to modernize Jasmine. I'm like, what are you talking about? She literally was turning away suitors right and left. She was sent one out with the tiger biting his butt. Like, what on earth? She was refusing to get married. Like, she was not at all dependent upon a man. So it's kind of frustrating to me that when people say stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Guy Ritchie is not a director that I like. I really disliked his King Arthur movie from last year. And so, yeah, I'm going to give this a flat soda. I don't know. But Amy, you give it would you give it a full-on lemonade?
Yeah, pretty close to it. I'm excited. I miss Aladdin live. I really, really do.
Cool. Really good. Very good. Lisa, what would you give it?
I'll give it a tap water.
Tap water. Yeah. I think that this will be this one was really hard to rank as far as our predictions for the box office, because I think that it'll be very quickly kind of moved on, and the Lion King hype will start real quick. So anyway, it'll be interesting to see. So there you go. We did it. We talked about all of them. And so let us know what you would give these films, which one of the Haley Deans you're most excited for, what ranking you would give if you're excited for any of these features, or maybe something we didn't talk about that you're really looking forward to. Let us know in the comment section or on Twitter. That would be really, really fun. And thank you, ladies, so much for coming on and talking about these and doing this preview. I really appreciate it. And so, Amy, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at It's Amy Cray, and on YouTube, youtube.com/WeekendAllStars, and newly on Patreon under the Hallmarkies Podcast Network.
Yes, very good. And Lisa, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Girl Gone Hallmark, and of course, the Patreon.
Yes. So you can follow me at Rachel's Reviews all over social media and on iTunes and YouTube. And I'd really appreciate you checking that out. And I'll probably have reviews of all of these feature films on there that we talked about, and I do cover all the Disney for sure. So check that out. I would love that. And make sure you check out our Patreon, some of the benefits, the tiers. It's a lot of fun. We're really excited about it. But follow the podcast, Hallmarkies Pod, all over social media. And if you're listening on iTunes, if you could give us your ratings and reviews, we really appreciate it. And if you're listening and watching on YouTube, if you give us a thumbs up, and please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that as well. So thanks so much, you guys. And let's hope for a whole bunch of lemonade. It's going to be very exciting. Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.